but my other passion is the environment and sustainability. Let's go for a change, just like Acer does, by already using 45% renewable energy, with a goal to reach 100% in 2035. Reducing carbon footprint by 50% this year. Net zero carbon footprint by 2050. Let's go for a change. And offering greener choices for many, with products like the Acer Vero made from recycled plastic. 30% recycled plastic in core products by 2025. There's only one home court called Planet Earth. Let's make our green mark.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Acer Chairman and CEO, Jason Chen.
Good morning. Morning, guys. I understand it's early in the morning, so I intentionally bring this cycling tour device together with me so that we can not just listening to the speech, but we do actually a little bit workout at the same time. Since today's topic is going to be sustainability, we're going to generate some energy and power together. How about that? To start with, I want to welcome people coming to Taipei. So welcome to Taipei, especially for people coming from overseas, coming from middle and south of Taiwan. Welcome to Taipei. There was a say, long time ago, Taipei was actually underwater. And if we're not careful, the computer simulation actually tells us the climate might change, the weather will get hotter, when the temperature gone up by 4 degrees, Taipei could be underwater again. And then Taipei 101 will look like this. I don't think you want to see that happen. How do we prevent that? How do we make sure that we continue to focus and do the right thing for the planet, for our business, and for people? That's what I want to talk about. Sustainability. To start with, the planet, talking about business, and then we talk about people's health. So let's start from the planet first. Sustainability has been a major focus for Acer. We actually put a very aggressive target that we will reach renewable energy 100% by 2035, and then net zero by 2050. And along the way, every year, every month, we want to hit our target so that along the time, we get recognized by multiple international organizations that we are doing the right thing. Other than some people say, hockey stick, we are doing fine, but in the last month or last year or 2050, we're going to reach the target. No. It has to be linear. So this is what we are doing. And in order to do so, what we really believe is more than just setting a target, is to do everything, starting from the bottom of our heart, believe in it, making products, launch a major campaign we call Earth Mission, Earthian. And to do so, there are many things that we will have to do together in order to make our planet better. For that, I would like to introduce President of Asia, Europe, Middle East, and Africa, Emmanuel, to join me on the stage. Emmanuel, good morning. How are you, Emmanuel?
I'm great. Pleasure to be here in Taiwan with you.
Yeah, when I say welcome to Taipei, one of the person I address is you. Welcome to Taipei. So how are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic.
You have a
happy
breakfast
to be
yet?
there. I had my breakfast. No
Okay,
problem.
good. You want to talk some about what we are doing in EMEA, Europe, Middle East, and Africa?
Sure. So as you just explained, Jason, sustainability is really about the entire life cycle of products, from design to retirement. So, of course, it all starts with product design and what we do here at Acer in Taiwan, but it's also about manufacturing.
Yeah, product design people here.
Exactly.
In first row, yeah.
super job. So you all know about our Vero line of products with PCR, no paint for no pollution. But after design, you have, of course, manufacturing, you have packaging, you have transportation, then you have distribution, you have retail environment, and finally, you have the end of life of the product.
Correct.
And along the way, we need to work on sustainability everywhere. So
every step that we will have to pay attention always keeps sustainability in mind.
Exactly. So as I mentioned here, we manufacture our most sustainable line of products called Vero. Then when we bring those products to Europe, first we have transportation. So here we use almost exclusively sea shipments because it's better than air. But we also work with partners because we cannot achieve all the objectives alone. So for example, we work with Kuehne + Nagel, one of our biggest logistic partners, to maximize the use of biofuel. So not only we use sea shipment, but use biofuel. So when the product lands in Europe, we try to minimize the carbon footprint within the EMEA region. So first, in our offices, we're committed to achieve the renewable energy 2035. We're already close to 70% in Europe.
Also, Europe is actually Europe is ahead of Asia around the world. So
70%.
You should be very proud of that.
Exactly. We have 16 offices already 100% renewable.
16 offices
in
around
Europe.
Europe.
3 of them we produce our own electricity. In Germany, in Netherlands, in Spain,
Hallelujah.
we have solar panel and we produce our electricity. Then when it comes to being in store, we make sure that the advertising material we use to beautify our products are made of 100% recycled material. So we make sure we minimize the impact there. And finally, I mentioned the end of life of products. So we have in Europe more than 1,000 employees.
Actually, 1,200 employees.
You know the number very well.
I look at
1,200
very
employees
closely.
doing after-sales services. But more and more, instead of doing traditional after-sales services, this capacity is used to give a second life to products. So we refurbish to prolong the life cycle of the product, which is super critical in our industry because we're not the most virtuous industry in the electronic. So prolonging the life of product is very important. And I'm happy to say we do that for Acer product, but also more and more for many other partners.
We also work with the industry beyond just Acer.
Exactly. So that's all what we do in Europe, and this is only the beginning of the journey.
This is just the beginning of the journey. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Emmanuel.
Jason.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
Thank you. Thanks for
very
Taiwan.
much.
Thank you for sharing with us what is happening in Europe. Thank you.
Pleasure.
This time, Emmanuel says 16 countries, and hopefully there will be more in the future. But not just in EMEA. We also do a lot of things around the world. Now, allow me to introduce Richard Breck, the Vice President of Acer Pan America, join me on the stage, talking about what do we do in Pan America from Canada all the way down to Brazil. Rich.
Jason, how you doing?
I'm doing very well. Talk slowly. Okay.
I will try. It's not my easiest thing to do. It is so great to be back here at Computex, Jason. It's been too long. I'm excited to be here, but the thing I'm really most excited about is to talk about some of our new products that we have brought to market. Starting with the EV e-bike, starting out with also with the e-scooter, we have actually received outstanding results all the way across Pan America.
We do have a lot of very exciting products beyond just computers.
Absolutely.
How are they accepted in Pan America?
You know what? I cannot speak more highly than the results we have gotten already all the way across Pan America. Like you said, from Canada all the way down to Argentina, Brazil, everywhere.
And in
Great
between, there's
reception.
another small country called United States of America.
It's a small one. It's a small one. No, absolutely. And Acer has just done a great job of diversifying our product portfolio. So moving beyond our traditional products to bring out great products like this that allow end users and commercial entities actually to have a more healthy lifestyle as well as a more sustainable lifestyle.
Can you talk a little bit about how enterprise is perceiving our efforts?
Well, you know what? We have great results, but there's actually some specific, products I love to talk about that actually have started to integrate those. And it was what you started off with, that eConnect bike over there. We actually just started shipping this product recently. And we have actually already received orders from a well-known investment bank in which they are actually bringing it into many of their offices globally.
Banks start to engage and start to embrace the effort.
Absolutely. It allows their employees to have a more healthy lifestyle. Actually, and while using that kinetic energy to power some of their devices in their offices.
So healthy lifestyle at the same time that we can generate some power.
Absolutely. Like you said earlier, it is like, every little, decision counts. And this is another thing that allows us to, not rely on fossil fuels and use our kinetic energy and enjoy a healthy lifestyle at the same time.
That's very exciting.
It's great results so far.
Thank you. Thank you, Rich.
Thank you, Jason.
Keep it up. Thank you. That's what many products that we do, and we think very hard on what we can do about sustainability. But it's beyond just a product. We keep thinking, how do we make sustainability not a cost either, not a cost of or incremental cost of running business. We think hard on how to make sustainability sustainable. Can you say it together with me? Make sustainability sustainable. 1, 2, 3. Make sustainability sustainable. That's important. So we say 3 times. Okay. Make sustainability sustainable. Last one. Make sustainability sustainable. Because that's the only way sustainability will make sense. Other than people keep push money into so-called goodwill, because goodwill will only go so far. And what we believe is we want to create a positive cycle that sustainability become a value creation. For that, whether that's power system that will be able to store electricity power, e-bike, e-connect that will generate when you're doing your workout, various product portfolio that use recycled material base, computers, apparels, and we get involved on the EV charging stations and smart city activities. And believe it or not, we are actually running a solar power plant, one of the largest in North Taiwan. We are generating power using solar. And another case study I would like to share with you is an obvious one. For people who live in Taiwan, I'm sure you saw this all the time, called transmission tower. And many times they are up in the mountain. Allow me to share with you, there are more than 20,000 transmission towers in Taiwan. And most of them top on the mountain. Just think about that. How do people maintain good quality and keep running those transmission towers so that all the households in Taiwan are well supported by electricity, with power, with energy? Lots of labor involved. Lots of risk involved. People have to hike, then have to climb up, especially after typhoon, earthquake, natural disaster. Think about how much effort and risk. What I would like to talk about is we are very proud to share with you, by working with Taiwan Power, we're able to use artificial intelligence using drone and eyesight recognition with camera to be able to identify the conditions of those transmission towers, letting the drone go all the way up there, not people, but drone to go all the way up there, checking what's going on in case normal, hopefully, people don't have to go. In case any goes wrong, then we know, send the right people to the right location with the right tool, climb the right tower to do the right thing. This is a real good case study example that we can use technology. Current, we understand there are lots of artificial intelligence being discussed this week, but this is a real case that we are using it to solve the current problems, and it's working. Moving on, I would like to talk about sustainability for business alone. Planning is very important, but you and me who are working for companies, sustainability for business, very, very critical. I still remember at the opening ceremony of Computex just a few days ago, the representative from EU, a lady from Estonia, talked about the number one thing for business sustainability is about cyber security. I think you and me, we all read news that there are many cybersecurity excursions here and there. In many cases, cause problems and business disruptions. But you know what? These are just big cases. When we talk about micro, small, and medium business, one of the sources I would like to share with you, APEC, more than 40% cyber attack actually they target small and medium business. And more than 50% small and medium business were attacked in the past year. And 60% collapsed right away. How do you like that? Terrible, terrible situation. So for business sustainability, the number one thing we want to talk about is cybersecurity. Allow me to introduce CEO of Acer Cybersecurity, Rex Wu, to join me on the stage. Rex. To help helping company to be sustainable. Rex, tell us, what do we mean by cybersecurity?
Yeah, Jason for talk about the sustainability of the business. But the same, if the corporate want to maintain the sustainability, they do have the business continuity. But right now, the cyber attack is a crisis to the business continuity. So because the hackers, different from the different angle to, attack the enterprise. So within the COVID year, so you can listen about the ransomware and the DDoS.
Yeah, I heard a lot about them. What
Yes.
do they mean, and how do we present that?
This is a tactic and also the technique from the hackers, but not just from the two angles, because almost the time hackers take the phishing to let guys to hit the unknown URL and also the homepage, then get some vulnerability to your system. So that's very dangerous. You need to, the professional partner, like Acer Cybersecurity, to help you guys to build a cyber defense. So in this page, you can see we have the SOC. What the SOC? The security.
Explain SOC. What does that mean?
Security means Security Operations Center. You can see about like a patrol. They can just collect your system logs and also the firewall logs to do the analysis. Once you get alerted, so you will be noticed to do the prevention or do the action to prevent the hackers attack. So right now, the Taiwan's Financial Supervisory Commission has asked the listed IPO company, almost 1,400 companies, to apply the cybersecurity defense. So that's very important to the business continuity.
I am sure this is number one thing, because talking about planning, it take years, take decades, but cybersecurity can collapse a company in seconds.
Yes. So right now the ACSI, because there's a very, honestly, we feel excited because that's the occasion we told you how important the cybersecurity is. And also hackers make ACSI growth because we need to think about any kind of strategy and also the defense to, have the combat with the hackers. So right now, the ACSI has developed some evolutions for the SOC. We do have the core competence in the SOC, like the logs and also the experts to help you guys to defend the cybersecurity, the cyber attack. But before that, we collect the threat intelligence.
Can you give people a couple just simple steps, advice that how do we make cybersecurity be more viable for their business, whether small or big?
Yeah, I guess the first one, you guys people need a very, clear understanding how the cybersecurity is. So the education was the basis. Then later you will do the system vulnerability test because you need to have the vulnerability to avoid some kind of compromise from the hackers. The next 3 stage is if you have the problem, find the expert to help you do the forensic. If you guys see the CBS studio.
Forensic, that's very important because I realized that when company got attacked, the first thing is unplug, shut down, and then reload data. And you know what? The virus keep causing problems because they have forgotten to do the step you just described.
Yeah. So just mention about if you see the studio or the CBS, the CSI, crime scene investigation. So keep the same status. So if you have the problem, keep the same status, then expert to analyze your storage. So don't just shut down the computers or even the scratch. It's very important because not just resolving your problem. You need an expert to do forensics to identify and identification your problem.
Root cause it, fix the problem.
Yes. So next, you will make out the plan for the improvement. So there will be 3 steps to keep your system safe.
3 steps, very important. Bring your pen out. 3 steps. Number 1.
Yeah, is keep the same status. Don't move.
Don't move.
Yeah. Next will be expert to identify identification.
Find the right expert.
Third one is the improvement plan to do the next step.
Make sure that we continue to improve.
Yes, there are 3 steps. So that's almost the SOC expert did. So I guess the expert will see the early notice, you will get the prevention because the cybersecurity is not 100% safe. So you need to get advantage to do the early notice to do the prevention. Then you will avoid the loss from the hackers attack.
Yeah, that's one thing I learned. Nothing is 100%, but prevention is definitely critical.
Yes, correct.
Thank you very much, Rex. Thank you. Thank you for your time spending with us talking about how important cybersecurity is.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Because of all kinds of reasons, we have seen more than 50% Fortune 500 companies actually being delisted out of top 500 companies. And when we look at that, many are because of the new technology introduction, because of disruptions of environment, because of all kinds of different reasons. It's not because people have done a lousy job. Yeah, some people have done a lousy job. But most of the time, it's because the external environment. So how do we deal with that? How do we deal with when the time moves, technology keep coming in, and we have to make sure that we stay on top of the new technology coming in? For Acer, our strategy is to make sure that our core business, our computer business, becoming a super incubator. And by using that incubator, we incubate new business, a new initiative, so that the whole group is not just one business offer. We have multiple business engines, and we are very happy to see we are now already having 10 public listed subsidiaries. Just yesterday, Acer Gadget was listed in Taiwan, and we are very happy to see shareholders welcome it and to make the company even more resilient. And IPO is not just the objective. IPO is actually a checkpoint for if we are doing the right thing. Another statistics numbers that we look at is what is the percentage of our new initiatives. Up to now, more than 30% of Acer business is coming from non-computer related business. There are accessories, there are apparels, there are e-mobility product, there are cybersecurity, there are software business, there are cloud business. There are many areas. And you know what? More to come. But last part I would like to talk about will be people's health. Yes, we do care about how healthy the planet is. Yes, we do care about the resilience of our corporations so that we all keep our job and keep running it and keep growing our business. But very important is you and my health. For that, I would like to introduce Dr. Alan Lian to join me on the stage. Dr. Lian. Dr. Lian.
Hi, Jason.
He's a friend of mine. He spent 10 years doing medicine in Africa. So, Dr. Lian, can you share with us your experience in Africa doing medication?
Yes, it's about 20 years ago I embarked on my personal journey to learn about Africa and actually live there.
You volunteer or you got assigned?
I volunteered, but that was a lucky draw, and I got
you lucky draw and join Africa. Okay, good for you.
I volunteered to go to Africa, but the lucky draw actually decided which country I will be sent to.
Oh, I see. So which country did you go?
So I was sent to Burkina Faso.
Say again?
Burkina Faso.
All right, okay.
It's a country in Western Africa and where French is spoken. And
so wait. You say they don't speak English?
Yeah, they use French.
They speak French?
Yeah.
All right, now we have a French here, Emmanuel. So
okay.
Emmanuel, you are on French conversation and see whether his French is fluent enough. All right, keep going.
Bonjour Emmanuel, je m'appelle Paul, actually, parce que mon nom français est Paul. Je parlais français. J'ai appris français en Afrique.
I believe he speaks French. Okay.
Okay.
I believe you. That's good. So again, which country is it?
Burkina Faso.
Burkina Faso. All right, I'm picking up. All right, keep going. Please.
Yeah, so I would say that's the global health version 1.0, because back then, actually, we have to start from the basics. Because before you talk about sustainability, you have to first make the people sustain their life.
Totally agree.
Yeah.
You know what? We should talk about this first before we're talking about climate change. Now, without people's health, what can we talk about, right? This is very important to get healthy, to get water, to get food.
Yeah, so I remember I had to drill a borehole in a village, and that borehole can actually supply 2,000 villagers for 20 years. And after the borehole is built, actually, the incidence of disease, infectious disease, diarrhea, decrease because people have access to clean water.
That's what a good things that you guys have done.
Yeah. So, and I remember I went to Niger when there was a famine, and a lot of kids actually died of malnutrition.
Sorry to hear that.
So the basic is just supplying food. We actually supply bags of food that contain peanut butter. And just to provide.
Why peanut butter?
Because
peanut butters and sausage and other things.
It's like peanut paste. It's actually we use the local grown peanut actually as a source of protein to supplement the nutrient for the children. And this is the basic. And we also did some garbage recycling. Actually, people from Taiwan donated youth clothes. So I told the local people to collect the garbage, the plastic bags, in exchange for those clothes.
Right, you touch my heart.
Yeah, so I would say back then it's actually very, very fundamental. I mean, as a doctor, we go to the village where there's no water, electricity, and road. The whole village showed up, and they want to receive free medication. So we went with a box of medication, and they just didn't let us go. So we have to treat the patients until everyone is being seen. So I remember I had to treat like 200 patients in one afternoon. So
my respect to you.
It's not
many people will be able to do that.
So then that brought us to the version 2.0. Because I think starting with the basic and treating the patient one by one is not sustainable. So about 10 years ago, I went back to Africa again.
We need
this
systems.
time we need a system.
Yep.
So we need to strengthen the healthcare system so that more people can benefit from the system, can gain more health. So this time, instead of deploying the doctor with a box of medication, we deploy programmers.
Wait a minute, programmers?
Yes.
Many of people here
IT men, IT women. Why? Because global health, you need to strengthen the healthcare system. And in rural South Africa, by then the country is about to implement national health insurance. But the system didn't have a clear idea of who lives where and who's who. So they use this paper-based household registration form to actually record everyone's health status.
Well, that reminds me 30 years ago in Taiwan.
Yeah, so I remember I went to a hospital, a public hospital, and the medical record officer actually told us, come, please send your IT men to help us because our
Don't send doctors, send IT people.
Yeah. Because when I look at the medical record room, that's the first stop you have to go to when you go to see a doctor in the hospital, because you have to first retrieve your old medical record, right?
Of course.
And it happened that every time they just couldn't find your old record, so they create another file. And next time you go there, it just couldn't be found, so you create another file.
So it's multiple file for a single person.
So it's a lot of files, like 5, 6 files for one single person, and the file is flooding to the floor. So they said, come, IT men, just help us computerize this everything. So we went, and then we sent programmers, and then we digitalized the
first time I feel
record.
like we can be associated. Technology and medication.
Yes. So that actually the fundamental step to strengthen the healthcare system so that more people can actually benefit from the robust system.
So that's 2.0.
That's 2.0.
Is there a 3.0?
Yeah, there's a 3.0.
Okay, let's talk about 3.0.
Yeah, so 1.0, the basic, you deploy doctor with a box of medication. Then 10 years after, you deploy IT men to strengthen this healthcare system. But it's still not enough. It's still not going to be sustainable because we're sitting in a world with increasing longevity and aging. So very soon you're going to see a lot of people among the adults who have chronic disease, like diabetes, hypertension, a lot of these diseases, and the burden is just going to be too heavy, making it not sustainable to use individual doctor to tackle it.
Here comes our strengths. Acer has been developing technology related to artificial intelligence for more than 25 years. And let me tell you, artificial intelligence has been there for 50 years. The problem is not AI. The problem is to select the right project. And this time, we use AI applied to medication. We try to use AI to do medical image diagnostic, this time for diabetes eyesight. What happened to diabetes patients and their eyesight? What happened?
Yeah, exactly. When you have diabetes, you go to your primary health physician or a family doctor, and they would control your blood sugar. But through time, they have to monitor through fundoscope to check if your retina, the vessels at the back of your eyeball is intact. If it is actually affected by the abnormal blood sugar, then gradually you might lose sight. But not every primary healthcare physician or family doctor is trained to interpret the image of your eye blood vessel. So what do you do?
Never enough eye doctors.
Yeah, there's just never going to be enough ophthalmologists, the eye doctors. So you have to, this time, 20 years ago you deploy doctor. 10 years later you deploy programmers. This time you deploy AI.
Wonderful. Yeah. Artificial intelligence come in and help in this area. We are very happy to see we can help. We can help doctors. We can help patients. And this is just the beginning of the journey. We hope we'll be able to do more projects to do AI-based medical image diagnostic to help bridging the medical divide. Thank you very much, Dr. Lian. Thank you. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you. Well-being 1.0, 2.0, 3.0. Thank you, Dr. Lian, to share with us that what we can do. As a technology company, we don't want to pretend suddenly we are a doctor. But by working with doctors, we realize there are certain areas that we will be able to apply our strengths to help medication system, to help patients, to have better lifestyle, to have better life quality, to bridge keyword, the medical divide. And we believe for sustainability, every decision counts. And that is why we are promoting an app that is called Earth Mission. We can call that an abbreviation of Earthian, to track everything we do every day. Do we use plastic bag too much? Do we use, if you have a choice, use recycled materials? Do we intentionally to prolong product life cycles that Infinitech and High Point are doing in Asia Pacific, in EMEA? And using artificial intelligence to help either transmission tower inspections or medical image diagnostic. With all the efforts, we want to create a more sustainable lifestyle. For that, I would like to thank you for your time. Join us this morning. Hope you all enjoyed that. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Jason. And thanks to everyone for your participation. We hope you have a nice day. 感谢今日各位的莅临，也祝您有个美好的一天。谢谢。
Ladies and gentlemen, we also have distinguished guests from ASUS, Kioxia, Delta, and Intel at Computex Forum on the first floor of the show hall, starting at 10 a.m. You are more than welcome to join. 今天上午10点，在2馆的1楼 P 区将举办 Computex Forum。本场次邀请华硕、凯霞、台达、英特尔等国际级大厂，全面探讨企业实作应用到实践绿能永续。欢迎有兴趣的来宾至现场报名参加，谢谢。